Let's learn 21 phrasal verbs for daily conversation. Hello and welcome to another lesson. In this lesson, we're going to talk about phrasal verbs. Something that I've seen a lot of students hate. It's understandable because phrasal verbs can be very confusing. But what is a phrasal verb? A phrasal verb is a verb plus particle. Now, that particle can be one or can be two. For example, the first phrasal verb that we're going to learn, bring something up. Pay attention. Bring is the verb, up is the particle. Bring up. This is a phrasal verb. But what does it mean? If you bring something up, are you bringing it up? No, you start talking about it. To bring something up means to start talking about it. Whenever we talk, she always brings up the past. It means she always talks about the past. She brings up the past. Oh yeah, remember last year this was what you did? Oh, 10 years ago we did this or we did that. Oh, it's just like 5 years ago when you ditched me. She always brings up the past, talks about the past. Now that was a phrasal verb. So let's learn another one. Cheer on. Cheer on. But what does it mean? If you cheer somebody on, you encourage them and you support them, usually by shouting, "Yay, go!" We arrived to cheer on the football team in the championship game. We arrived to cheer on the football team. Go, 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 go! Now, the reason why some students hate phrasal verbs is that they can be confusing. What do I mean? Cheer on means to encourage someone or to support someone through shouting and showing energy. But if you change on with up, cheer up, this is a different phrasal verb. What does it mean? If you cheer somebody up, you improve their mood. You make them happy, usually when they are sad. Your friend is sad, comes to you, and then you say, let me do something to cheer him up. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna try to make him feel happy. I'm going to improve his mood. I'm gonna cheer him up. Oh, come on, cheer up. Tomorrow is a better day. Now, let's learn a phrasal verb with the verb get. Get across. Get across. What does it mean? If you get something across, usually about what you try to say, you successfully manage to make the other person understand you. What I'm doing now is to try to get my point across. That means I am trying to make you understand what I'm saying. So to get your point across or to get something across means to make sure that the other person or other people understand what you're trying to say. Get across. We tried to get our point across, but he wasn't listening. We tried to get our point across. We tried to make him understand what we're saying, but he wasn't listening. A very informal, but still very useful phrasal verb is let on. Let on, what does it mean? If you let something on, it means you reveal a secret. When you let on, you talk about something that you know, but you should have kept it as a secret. You shouldn't say it, but if you let on, you say it. So you're not a good secret keeper if you let on. If you know an important secret, you shouldn't let on. Sometimes you're trying to say something, tell a story, or explain something, and then somebody jumps in. Jumps in? No. Jump in means to interrupt. Why are you constantly jumping in my speech? Why are you constantly jumping in my speech? Why are you interrupting my speech so often? Come on. Remember I told you that some students find phrasal verbs quite confusing? I showed you one example, but let me show you another one. A very similar phrasal verb to jump in is this one, to butt in. This is even more informal, but has the exact same meaning. If you butt in, you interrupt a conversation or somebody's speech. He kept on butting in with silly comments. He kept on butting in with silly comments. It means he kept on interrupting. Next phrasal verb, to bump into. What does it mean? To bump into means to hit something. No, to bump into somebody means to meet somebody you know, but you hadn't planned to meet them. You bump into them. I bumped into Amy when I was downtown. I bumped into Amy when I was downtown. It means when I was downtown, I was shopping, and then all of a sudden, oh, Amy, is that you? I bumped into Amy. Next phrasal verb is grapple with something. Grapple with something. What does it mean? You try to grapple with something. It means you try to deal with or understand a difficult problem or subject. You try hard to deal with something difficult. You grapple with it. Today, many people around the world are grappling with hunger. They are grappling with hunger. That means they're dealing very hard to overcome hunger. They're dealing with a very difficult problem. So don't waste food. Next phrasal verb, pull something off. Pull something off? What does it mean? If you pull something off, you are successful at doing something difficult. So imagine there is this difficult thing I want to do, and then I say, I don't think I can pull it off. It means I don't think I can successfully do it. Or look at this example. The company has pulled off one of the biggest financial problems of recent years. The company has pulled off. It means the company has been successful at dealing with it. All right, so far we've learned 10 very useful phrasal verbs. Now, I want you to write them down and try to practice them. But before doing that, let me show you a dialogue in which I've tried to use some of these phrasal verbs. Let's go.
Hey, Sam, have you heard about the new policy changes at work? No, I haven't. Can you bring it up during our meeting later? I'm curious. Sure. Also, did you bump into Jerry this morning? He seemed upset. Yeah, he's grappling with some project issues, it seems. That's tough. We should cheer him on. He might need some encouragement to get through this. Good idea. And oh, about the charity marathon. Are you still doing it? Absolutely. I hope I can pull it off. I've been training every weekend. I admire your dedication. Running is not my thing. Oh, come on. It might cheer you up if you participate. Plus, it's for a good cause. Maybe you're right. I'll think about it.
That was a nice dialogue. Now, we need to continue this lesson. But before we continue, let me tell you something. Do you want to have the list of these phrasal verbs in a PDF file with their meanings, with the example sentences, with some beautiful pictures? If so, you can download my Ultimate English book. This book has more than 500 pages of lesson summaries of all of my YouTube videos. And the good news, it's for free for my YouTube subscribers. All you have to do is to click on the link above my head, go to my website, type in your name, your email address, your country, and click download. You will receive the link in your inbox. Now, let's continue this lesson. Next phrasal verb is blurt out. If you blurt something out, you say something without thinking about it. You just blurt out. And it usually happens because you're excited or maybe nervous. You keep blurting out without thinking carefully about what you're trying to say. He blurted out everything about our secret plan. He blurted out everything about our secret plan. It means he said a lot of things without even thinking about them. Don't just blurt out stuff. Think about it carefully before you say it. Next is dry up. Now, you wash your clothes, and then after you wash them, what do? You try to dry them, right? You try to dry them up. Dry up has another common meaning. It means to stop being available. If something dries up, it is no longer available. For example, our main source of money has dried up, and we will face a lot of challenges. Our main source of money has dried up. It means it is no longer available. So we're going to face a lot of challenges this year. Next phrasal verb, throw away. To throw something away is to get rid of something. Something that you don't need. Let's throw away all the broken toys and make some room for the new ones. Let's throw them all away. Now, for this next phrasal verb, I want you to pay attention. Get through. But let me make it even more clear. Get something through to someone. Get through. Get something through to someone. What does it mean? Get something through to someone. It means to successfully make someone understand what you're trying to say. This is very familiar. We had another phrasal verb with a similar meaning. Get across. So get something across or get something through to someone have similar meanings. This is another reason why some students find phrasal verbs quite confusing. But trust me, with enough practice, you will get used to it. We cannot get through to the manager just how serious the problem is. We cannot get through to the manager just how serious the problem is. It means we cannot make the manager see how serious this problem is. We can't make him understand this. Next phrasal verb is with the verb talk. Talk over. Talk over or talk something over. What does it mean? For example, talk a problem or an issue over, or talk a plan over. If you talk something over with somebody, pay attention to the preposition with. Talk something over with somebody. What does it mean? It means you try to discuss it with someone to understand what they think of it and to ask for advice. You want to find out their opinion and then you want their advice. You talk something over with someone. Now I see why some students find it difficult. Talk over with. Come on, too many prepositions. But yeah, that's what it is with phrasal verbs. Employees had 2 weeks to talk the proposal over with their families. They had 2 weeks to talk the proposal over with their families. It means they had 2 weeks to discuss it with their families, to see what the families think, and to ask for advice. And then they could make a decision. Next phrasal verb is again with the verb talk. Talk around something. Talk around something. What does it mean if you talk around something? It means to avoid speaking directly about something. So here's the thing that you have to speak about, but you talk around it. You don't talk about this directly. You just talk around it. You avoid talking about it. He just kept talking around the subject and didn't tackle the issue. He just kept talking around the subject and did not tackle the issue. Next phrasal verb is carry on. Carry on. Carry on means to continue. Oh, sorry for interrupting you. Please carry on. Sorry for interrupting you. Please carry on. Please continue. Please proceed. I'm done using my laptop, so I should now turn it off or shut it down. Shut down. Does shut down have any other meaning? Yes. Shut down can also mean stop operating. Especially if you're talking about a business. The manager has a plan to shut down 4 factories and cut down 10,000 jobs. The manager wants to shut down 4 factories. It means the factories will stop operating. So if a business shuts down, it doesn't operate anymore. Next phrasal verb, back up. What? Back and up? Does it have anything to do with back and up? No. That's the beauty of phrasal verbs. So you basically put 2 different words that have 2 different meanings, and bam, you create a new word with a new meaning that has nothing to do with either of the 2. If you back something up or back somebody up, you support them. Our plan is completely backed up by the manager. Our plan is backed up by the manager. It's not backed and it's not upped. It has the support of the manager. Next phrasal verb is with the verb fall. Fall back on. Fall back on something. What does it mean? Fall back on? No. It has nothing to do with falling. If you fall back on something, you use something for help when other things have failed. So you've tried a lot of different alternatives, but all of them have failed, so you fall back on the first one. It means you go and do it again, the first one. If I lose my job, I'll have nothing to fall back on. If I lose my job, I have nothing to fall back on. It means there is nothing that can help me if I lose my job. So far we've learned 20 phrasal verbs, but I told you this is 20 plus 1. Now, why 20 plus 1 and not 21? Because it sounds cooler. So, the 20 plus 1 phrasal verb is give away. Give away. If I give something away, I give it for free. Like my book. I'm giving my book away. It means I'm giving it for free because I love you and I want you to learn. So I'm giving it away. And remember to download it. You can click on the link above my head. And that's it, guys. Before we finish this lesson, let me show you a dialogue.
I heard the cafe down the street is going to shut down. Have you heard about it? Really? No, that's news to me. I really like that place. Yeah, it's a shame. Oh, by the way, did you manage to get through to the customer service for the refund? Yes, finally, after a few weeks. By the way, have you seen the new fitness app? Apparently, it's backed up by some interesting research. No, I haven't, but sounds interesting. I need something new to fall back on now that my gym membership is over.
I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, click subscribe. See you.